It's Monday morning again. Welcome to Review on the Streets. It's your lovely program where we collect the views of the bystanders as regards some of the screaming headlines on the front page of the newspaper. I am a regular anchor Yekin Abidemi. Stay back. Welcome back. This morning I'll be starting with the Punch newspaper. And on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have a big headline there. 21 days notice. Strike dangerous now. That is coming from federal government. Beg doctors. NMA, that is the Nigerian Medical Association ministry, disagree. NMA defaults federal government as minister rejects ultimatum. Citizens' lives under threat. A Hanare lament. And we have here as well, this is coming from ASUU. ASUU threatening fresh strike. Grieves federal government Tuesday ultimatum. Details on page 42 of the Punch newspaper. And as regards the decisions of the Nigerian Medical Association, you can read more on that on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We have here, government implements cooking gas import tax. Price jump by 100%. Details on page 27 of the Punch newspaper. We move on to the next one. On the next one, we have the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune, we have attack on NDA. That is the Nigerian Defense Academy. Worrisome. That is coming from the editors, the news editors in this country. You can read details, read more on that on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. 21 days ultimatum in coalitions with MOA, Ngige tells NMA. Custom discover pistol, fully loaded magazine inside imported vehicle at Tinkan port. You can read more on that on page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. Senators, Nahala first son killed in Kaduna. Details on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. We move on to the next stage of the program where we'll be engaging the bystanders and collect their views as regards some of the selected screaming headlines on the front page of the newspaper. Stay back, we'll be right back. Launch on the Nigerian Defense Academy. Daddy, what is your take?
Well, I have nothing to say more than to support that those people that said it.
Okay, you support that particular belief?
Support that, yeah. Yeah, that's what I know. Exactly. I don't have anything to say again. Because this Nigeria nowadays is very dangerous. We are living in a dangerous country. Of course. So we have to tell, when you are telling them that this is what to do, this is what to do, they will just use their strong-headed, what I can say. They will not listen to people. They are telling them what to do, but they are not doing it. So what are we going to say? So we have to be looking at them and then pray to God to help us and then save this Nigerian from all those type of people.
Daddy, as a senior citizens, what will you, if you have to profile solutions, what will be your advice or your form of solutions to the incessant killings and insecurity issue in the country?
My advice is to let them listen to what people are saying. Because majority people in Nigeria, in this country nowadays, they want change. And they are the one who said that there is going to be change. And this changing that is changing now is even quite different to what we expected from them.
That is a very huge one. Look at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. We have his custom discover pistols, fully loaded magazine inside imported vehicle at Tinkan port. This is a very pathetic story considering the levels of insecurity in this country. Daddy, where are we heading?
Well. No one can say. God myself, I can't say where we heading to. It's only God. But let's come to God. And let God solve all this situation for us. That if God can solve this situation, everything will be all right. As to me, I depend on God. I know God is going to do everything. I know God is going to wipe all those people that are troubling Nigerian away in Jesus' name. That's what I know.
Very well done. Then let's move to the educational sectors. ASUU is calling for a serious strike if the federal government fails to. What's really your adherence to the memorandum of understanding?
The federal government for that. I blame the federal government because it's the federal government that causes all these things. Before you vex, before you grow annoyed, there must be something that makes you to grow annoyed. I think get me now. So we cannot blame those doctors. We can't blame them. They are fighting for their rights. Everybody has the power to fight for his or her rights in this country, because this is government of democracy. As far as the government is the government of democracy, we have the power. You, myself, we have the power to say all our opinions, or to ask for whatever we want from the people that are ruling us in this country, because we are all the same Nigerians. If we are the same Nigerians, they are suffering them. They know, not that they are suffering, but they know what they want from the government, and the government did not answer them since all these days. What are they going to do? So this is the only way to fight for their right.
The Nigerian Medical Association is calling on the attention of the federal government, telling the federal government if they fail to respect the agreement between them, they are going on a strike action. Now, the federal government now, through the Minister of Labour, Ngige said that is actually contrary to the memorandum of understanding signed by the. Okay, very well now. Do you think the federal government is doing enough? Look, considering what these people are complaining as far as the medical sector is concerned in this country.
Anything, they are not doing anything at all. That's why all these things are going on zigzag like this. I'm telling you, I really that they are doing the right thing. Everything will not be like this. You know, if you look at everywhere now, everything, the whole country is in danger now, as I know. The whole country, they are in danger. Anywhere you go, you will be afraid. You will be afraid to travel. You are afraid to sleep in the night. So we cannot sleep well again. And when you go out now, you will be looking back, whether somebody is coming behind you to come and grab you. So this is not a country that we cannot just free. We can't free ourselves again.
Attack on the Nigerian Academy, it's a disgrace to the Nigerian government. It's a big disgrace. So I was not surprised because we don't have government.
Do you think there is sabotage?
There is a sabotage. You can't listen now, because if there's no inside there, how can they infect the NDA? So it's a disgrace to the government. And since then, nothing has been done.
What do you think the federal government should do, or what would be your advice to the federal government in order to avert a future occurrence of such?
My advice to the federal government is that they take a proactive measure to make sure that does not happen again for future occurrence.
So let's look at the issue. Let's go to the education sectors. Recently, we heard that ASUU, that is the Academic Staff Union of the University, telling the federal government that if the federal government failed to respect their initial agreements, they promised to go on strike. And we know that talking about strike, ASUU strike, we're conversant with it. It has come to stay. It has become a normal phenomenon in this country. In what way do you think the federal government can put our hands to this incessant strike by the Academic Staff Union of the University?
You know, my brother, this. All those people at the end of affairs, both of them, they have private universities. That is why it's not regard ASUU. They strike. ASUU went on strike for complete a year, 12 months. It has never happened in this country. Now, after 12 months of strike, they say embark on another strike. They are planning to embark on another strike again. The federal government needs to do. I mean, the Commissioner for the Minister of Education and Minister of Education, they have to call the ASUU. All the Nigerian citizens, they have an agreement and a ban. They should follow the agreement now.
Another worrisome story is here. We have customs discover pistol fully loaded magazine inside imported vehicle at Tinkan. This is a very worrisome one, and this is actually imposing a lot of threats to the corporate existence of Nigerian states, knowing fully well that some quarters has been calling for secession. If this issue of insecurity is not tackling, what do you think will later be the aftermath or the end result of all this saga?
You see, this is not the first time I've shown this thing. But I need their papers. I bet that's him. Who don't have that vessel? Who put it in? We all know what is happening. We all know. But there have been big wins in this country that they are untouchable. Because all these things, they have the papers now. Who put it in? Which company put it in? They know. If they have to do the right thing, they know what to do. But in this country, we are deceiving ourselves. will not do it.
Kí lè ro ti nípa eléyìí nínú òye àwọn kan wọ́n gbàgbọ́ wípé ejò lọ́wọ́ nú kí lè ro ti yín.
Ejò lọ́wọ́ nú lóòótọ́ because àwọn bandits yẹn náà àwọn agbọ́pẹ́ àwọn senators ministers governors àwọn náà ń train wọn so àmọ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ then wọ́n tún ní wọ́n ń train àwọn kìíní náà wọ́n ní NDA náà àwọn soldiers yẹn àwọn náà ń train wọn so àmọ́ bó ṣe jẹ́
àwọn náà ń train.
wọ́n náà ń train àwọn bandits àtàwọn Boko Haram so àmọ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ àmọ́ bó ejò lọ́wọ́ nú tòótọ́.
ṣẹ̀yìn rò pé
ejò lọ́wọ́ nú.
tá a bá wò ní orí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ológun òyìnbó àwọn doctors wa wọ́n ti ń sọ fún ìjọba àpapọ̀ wípé àwọn fẹ́ daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ wípé ìjọba àpapọ̀ wọn ṣetán láti ṣe àmúlò àjọsọ àwọn táwọn ní lọ́dún tó kọjá. Kí lè ro ti yín ìjọba àpapọ̀ ń sọ pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kàn farabalẹ̀ fáwọn pé kò sáà kò lé ẹ̀kan lọ ṣẹ́yìn rò pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ wọ́n ń ṣe tó fáwọn ará bí láti pé kán mọ́ daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀.
Irọ́ ni o ìjọba àpapọ̀ ló jẹ̀bi because nígbà tí àwọn PPS sọ pé a rí pé Friday Monday wọn náà máa strike bí ìmùlẹ̀ rántí wọn déètì yẹn gangan dáadáa but àwọn ìjọba wọn sọ fún everybody ti gbọ́ nígbà tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ ọmọdé Monday wọn làwọn ò gbọ́ kankan rárá àtọ̀ then ọ̀rọ̀ sí ìwé kan gbọ́ ogun pé báyà àdúgbà ṣe ń sọ pé nǹkan kan ò dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ́ tó bá ti kọ̀rọ̀ owó wọn làwọn ò gbọ́ náà ni nítorí wọn sọ náà nìyẹn ṣe gbọ́ so àwọn doctors wọ́n jàre ju federal government.
Nigerian Defence Academies attacked under serious attack of government that is bandits. It's worrisome. It's the least anyone could think could happen in this country. A launch on the Nigerian Defence Academy. We see these people as the umpires of military and defence in this country. So if these people are attacked, who is an ordinary Nigerian citizen? Some people believe there is sabotage. Do you believe? Do you subscribe to that belief or subscribe to that school of thought as well?
Yes, I believe. Actually, we are all aware about what is happening in this nation, Nigeria to the side. So I think we are in the stage, or we are in the era whereby our government can stand up, okay, to fight for our rights. Yes, because majorities of them, most of their children are traveling out of the country. Now look at we the citizen. Now we are not really enjoying what is really happening. Imagine, look at students, who went to school, graduates out there, searching for jobs. Now, look at me now, I'm going to my working place. I've woke up early in the morning, because of traffic, hold up, and other issues happening here and there. We are not really enjoying, but what can we do? The best thing we can do is for we to stand up as a citizen to fight for our right.
ASUU, the non-academic staff union of the university, has promised to embark on another strike if the federal government fails to respect their initial agreement. What is your take? In what way do you think the federal government can avert this? It's becoming incessant. It's something that, if you look at it very well, strike actions by ASUU is something that has come to stay, right? This has been with us for a very long time. It has actually caused a lot of setback in the Nigerian university system. What do you think the federal government should do in this area as a youth and as a product of at least one of the tertiary institutions in the country?
In my introduction from the earlier stage, I've said it, that the government are the one in question. Yes, because we, the youths, we, the citizens, we have already played our part, our role. So they are the one who needs to stand up. Though the issue of strike and all these have been happening times that number. Okay, so issue of strike on school going on this and that, ASUU or whatever has been happening, from the onset. So I think though institutions like this, things like this will never do without happening. We surely be reoccurring. You understand it? So the occurrence will never stop for once. So I think the government, as I said earlier, they need to hold a meeting. They need to stand up as a body to solicit for this issue to be resolved. How would the students, or we've been in school for a very long time, okay, look at some of the who are less privileged. So parents who are less privileged, have the mind of, okay, let me sponsor my student to school, okay, I have the target of so time. And imagine a student who have to go embark on school for about 4 years as a university, going for a particular course, maybe either the science or the arts department side, and have the target of, okay, by the next 4 years, 5 years, I will be done. Imagine with the issue of ASUU strike, extending the year towards 7-8 years. Now, what will be the benefits?
This one shall be drawing the curtains on today's episode of Review on the Street. Till next week, where will be joining us again. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, Heritage TV, and you can also as well be our friend on Facebook, Heritage TV. I am your regular anchor, Yekin Abidemi. I'm my cameraman, Akintola Ibrahim. I'm my co-producer, Rufahi Ibrahim. Thank you for now.